What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So this is yep, foreigners living in South Korea and how it is over there. Yep, and this is by moviverse. So let's listen in.
Pressured all the time. You are by yourself. If you're ready for that life changing experience, come to Korea. But if you're just like, let's come for oppa, then definitely don't come here.
Hi guys, it's Angie here. Did you know that 5% of the total Korean population are foreigners? But what does it feel like to be a foreigner in Korea? And what kind of struggles do people face here? Let's hit the streets of Hongdae and find out. Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
I am Anika. I'm from the Philippines.
What do you do in Korea?
I work as a marketing manager.
Have you been living here for a long time?
Yeah, about 2 years now.
Hi, my name is Rodion. I'm from Russia. I'm doing modeling and videography.
How long are you planning to stay in Korea?
5 years.
I'm Aisha. I'm from the US. I teach English currently.
How long have you been living in Korea?
About 4 years, actually.
Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
Monse and I'm from Mexico.
Daniela, Mexico too.
When did you come to Korea?
10 days ago. We are graphic design students
How long are you gonna stay in Korea?
for about 6 months, I think. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I was born in Uzbekistan, but I went to school in the States and the UK.
What do you do here in Korea?
Kind of soul searching / working. So I'm a freelance digital designer and a part-time teacher.
How long have you been in Korea?
4.5 months, so almost 5.
Do you think you have a privilege here as a foreigner?
It's kind of difficult question because
Is it?
how I can say it. Korean, look at me because I'm not Korean. Yes, I'm a different one. That's why I have some privilege. Yes, but only for my face. If it's for work, but I think we are the same.
Do you think you have a privilege here as a foreigner?
I would say no, I actually have a disadvantage here as a foreigner. I think that Korean people have a greater advantage because they speak Korean, and then foreigners who can speak Korean get jobs more easily in other sectors or who have F visas. But if you want to go into other jobs, you have to apply for an F visa or you can't work because E2 visa only works with teaching. And if you want to get into other jobs like modeling, influencers, or if you want to do like other jobs outside that might be like something that you're more passionate about, you have to be able to speak a lot more Korean. And that's a bit hard as a teacher for me personally because I work like 9 to 6, but I'm really exhausted because I work with 5-year-olds and I'm drained like by the time I get home and I can't deal with it. It's just like exhausting. I'm like, how now I'm gonna learn more Korean. Okay.
Do you think you have a privilege?
Yeah, and even for myself, I would not even be here in South Korea if, unless uh, you know, unless regarding my heritage, because I'm Korean American, and I wouldn't have come on without that F visa, man. Because that F visa, it allows me to just work part time. I don't have to be tied to an employee, I'm employer here in South Korea. Because man, if you're on an E2, it's a hit and miss. And I hear horror stories all the time, and I said, nope. That's why I do kind of like what I just do, if I do teach English, I do teach it at part time, and then if I don't want to work, I don't work. If I do work, I can just go and pick up an English gig here and there, and then I'd be like, okay. But yeah, it's yeah. So you have there is some privilege if you look like a foreigner, of course, by face. And then there's a privilege that I have being Korean American. I just keep my mouth shut till I open my mouth. They're like, oh, you're from the States. Yeah. So let's continue.
Here as a foreigner?
Honestly, being Filipino here, there is, but at the same time, I think a lot of foreigners struggle a lot here, but especially if you're from a Southeast Asian country, like Like me, I'm from the Philippines. I struggle a lot in terms of opportunities. There was this one time when my friend referred me to an agency. They were looking for an extra for a drama, and they were looking for a Southeast Asian. So Philippines is one of them. I I did apply, and they asked me to, like, hey, can you send me a picture of you without makeup, without any filter on, just a selfie. I did, and then they went back to me and they were like, why are you light? Why are you light?
I don't think I have a privilege as a foreigner. I think I have privilege as an overseas Korean because I don't have visa issues. So if I want to stay long term, I can just extend my visa. Like,
Yep, I'm in the same boat with this girl here or woman here. So yeah, you get to have the F visa. We're on, so I take it she's an overseas Korean like myself. So yeah, she gets to stay here. Well, now it's every 3 years. First is 2 years, and then it's every 3 years. So I have my renew is due in another year. So yeah.
like every 1 or 2 years. As a foreigner in general, not much, maybe like in some areas, but yeah.
What is something you don't like about Korea so far?
I'm gonna be straight about this. I really hate racial discriminations here.
Can you tell us more about it?
Koreans, they look down on specific race, or they look down on people based on their skin color, their country's economic status, their nationality, for merely just being poor, something like that. Yeah, just to be fair, you're gonna face a lot of racism, not just in Korea, but all parts of the globe. It's always there. Even in my country, there's racism. I met a lot of good Koreans. I don't think you should generalize that all Koreans are racist, you know? So you will face racism, but there are good Koreans too.
Definitely, maybe the work culture is a bit difficult because in America, it's a bit easier to understand like how things work, but in Korea, it's just it took a lot of time for me to adjust to things, and it's just a lot of work, and then in Korea I mostly came here and I was really excited about like the things that I could do here, and I am by myself here, and people leave and come, so you don't have a lot of long-term friends or family, and you feel kind of lonely, and there's only so much fun you can do, and only so much your job can fulfill you. So kind of want to end up with close people close to you.
Sad reality. Are you planning to live here even longer?
I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it, but I might be going home.
On Miro, teams work faster on the new Innovation Workspace.
Yep.
Innovation belongs on Miro.
Workspace.
I feel like people are really on their own like mind. Like in Mexico, we say a lot like, "Oh, thank you," like we open doors and stuff like that. And I found like many people here don't do that, but it's okay.
Yep, just about that. Most people don't even hold the door open anymore. There's like the door could kind of slam right into your face or stuff like that. You'd be like, "Oh, what the hell?" I even had to get used to that myself, being from the States. We're used to like leaving the door open for you know, other fellow people. Are like, "Yep, here you go." But no, in Korea, open, shut. Oh, so yeah. I had to get used to that too. And then and then if I leave the door open, people be like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? So yeah.
So you're saying people are not that nice compared to Mexico?
They're nice. They're really nice. Like every like person we've come to help because we don't speak Korean, they have always like helped us like try to find locations, where to eat and stuff like that. It's just like I don't know, different, different type of nice.
한국말 진짜 어려워. Language is the most problem in Korea because I think mostly 90% of Korean cannot speak English.
Yeah.
I don't like ajumas on the subway. I think they're a bit rude. They could be a bit more polite. I think there's no reason to just like pinch people, kick. Yeah, like for no reason. Like I'm just standing and like you're kicking me or like pushing me.
What is something you like about Korea then?
I like I like a lot of things. I like the clothes here. I like the mood, the vibe, the cafes. I like how innovative things are. I like the fast pace of things sometimes, but I like the transportation. I just went to Japan. My God, transportation there so slow. So slow, but I went back to Korea and I was like, yes, my subways are on time, my buses are on time. Yes, okay, I felt it. So I was really grateful about Korea for that. And
Good to know there's something you like. Good to know it's not only negative experience. Yeah.
no, it's a fully, it's really, both sides. You always have to look at both sides. Of course, I love being in Korea for my year.
Yeah, just like the buses, the buses, the subway, they're on time. And I went to Japan, they're usually on time too, but I don't know what her experience is. But yeah, another thing is what we had the issue with the Johnny Somali thing, that bus issue, it was like yeah, the bus driver had to stop, and if he had to delay the bus just 5 minutes, it ruins the whole bus schedule for the day. It's down to that science. That's why, like most of the times when I'm at the bus stop, I just kind of, if I'm the only one and it's not the bus, I'm just like, go ahead, go, or I just try to disappear so the bus driver can just go, because I know he's on the schedule. Yeah.
And like never, like, job, please don't say, don't think that I'm like horribly shitting on Korea. I'm not. I love Korea, but yeah, of course, there's like when you live somewhere, there's good and bad sides to it. So
Well, I guess number one is food. About Korea, I'm not sure I can say about Seoul. I really like that it has a lot of parks, and because I'm into biking, so I bike a lot near Hangan River. So yeah, I think infrastructure in general is pretty convenient. Subways too, but I wish they ran for longer.
The convenience of the transportation, and you never run out of things to do here in Korea. Yeah,
What is your favorite thing to do?
go to pop-up stores
Yeah.
and probably buy some clothes. Yeah, everything is here. Everything is convenient.
What is one thing you'd like to change about Korea if you could?
Oh yeah, going back to the Filipina, yeah. Yeah, the public transportation is just out of this world here. And I have been to the Philippines, I've been to Manila, I know how it is with the LRT, the bus, and then, like the schedules are all screwy, the subway in the Philippines, and not the bash, and I'm not bashing the Philippines, it just is what it is. Like sometimes the train would stop in the middle. I'm like, what the heck? But it is what it is, but yeah. So I experienced, both part. I know what she's experienced if she, in Manila and stuff, because they do have a subway system there, but around the other parts, not. But yeah, it's no big deal. But yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's a bit too extreme, the like education system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those kids deserve to have childhood. I feel so bad for them. I wish it was easier to make connections and network. Yeah, I'm used to people saying like, "Hi, how are you? Good morning," like just like random people on the streets, like in the States. But here, everybody is just kind of on
Yeah.
their phones, like more kind of close-minded. So I wish that was different.
I hope one day they won't look down on people basically because of their economic status, their country's economic status, their race, their skin color, like something like that.
We've been trying to shop for clothes, and
Oh yeah. Economic status, right? Actually, the Philippines, going back on it, had a much better GDP back in the 70s than South Korea, because South Korea was, as it keeps building the way it is. So yeah. So yeah, the Philippines was better off than South Korea back in the 70s. But yeah.
there's like only one size, and that's kind of maybe something fits, but like in the shoulder area it doesn't, and I don't have like many options to find other things.
I think Koreans' mind, they look on the straight way. They cannot find another solutions. They thinking like similar pattern. Yes.
I'd like for people to be kinder to each other. I don't know if it's a city thing. Maybe it's a city thing because I've not lived in like New York or stuff, but I think that people could be a lot more kind to each other, like not slamming the door in each other's faces and helping each other. I know sometimes I'll see people helping each other on the subway, but a lot of times people just were like, they'll ignore each other, or like if they see a girl outside, like who needs help, obviously they'll just kind of be like, whatever. And if you help them like as a foreigner, they'll act like it's such a great kindness, and I'm like, it's not though. Like, this should be a normal thing to you. Like, you shouldn't act like I'm such a kind person. Like, it's just something that everyone should do, you know?
What is one piece of advice you would like to give to people who want to come to Korea?
Learn Korean. Maybe like some words, because yeah, a lot of people talk English, but I think it makes it easier to connect with other people.
A piece of advice: I guess be respectful to Koreans, be more open-minded. But in terms of respect, I think people expect, if you're a foreigner, they expect that you're going to be treated as a like king or queen, like you're welcome here. When Koreans see tourists, of course they're going to be welcomed and friendly, but at the same time, if you're too rude and like trying to impose your culture on Koreans, it's no good.
Learn the language, learn the history, learn the culture, learn everything, and most especially, don't only look at the brighter things. Don't only base your judgment based on what you see from K dramas, from K-pop. It's more about, there's a lot of things more than that. Try to check on the forum experiences from foreigners, negative, positive, and see if you can handle those things. If you
Uh, yeah, her working as being from the Philippines. Yeah, it's a rare job that she works because like majority, like there's some Filipinos that are working like expertise jobs, like on it's a E7. It's a visa uh where most Koreans can't work that job, so you got to get outside help, or it's like I think you can bring in ball players, because I on my other channel I do basketball, but yeah, you know, but it's the way it goes, but yeah, so you could Korea, it's whatever's, yeah, the infrastructure is great, but you have to deal with everything. Just like if I was in the Philippines, just like I'm here in South Korea with the infrastructure. But yeah, so let's continue.
can, then you go. If you cannot, you think again.
Oh, enjoy. Korea is a multicultural country nowadays, and just enjoy. Yeah, because Korea is fun.
Last question. What is your advice to people who also want to come to Korea?
I think you should thoroughly research it and understand that there's limited food options. It is not going to meet your expectations. Work is very difficult. You're going to be pressured all the time. You are by yourself, which is very difficult. And when you're by yourself, it is not easy. And learning a new language, a new culture, getting even a phone is incredibly difficult. So every single part of Korea is very new, very difficult. So if you're ready for that life-changing experience, come to Korea. But if you're just like, hey, let's do English and let's come for oppa, then definitely don't come here because that's not what to do. Okay, don't do that.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope
Yeah, and shout out to moviverse, and yeah, living here and coming as a tourist are two different things, but that's like in every country. Because when you live here, yeah, you have to try to get a phone, try to get your bank account, because you can't do anything without that ARC card. yeah, your alien registration. So yeah, so you have to just maneuver Korea as you maneuver any other country. So yeah, it is quite daunting at times. When I first came here, it was daunting for me, even if I'm Korean American, even if I have some knowledge of speaking the language, it's a little daunting. So yeah. All right, if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.